Well, good morning and happy Thursday. Woo! Some people call it Thirsty Thursday. They call it that at the Driller Stadium. Dollar bills. Dollar bills, dollar beers. Yep. So, this is our part two, and then I'm going to put a poll up when I'm done with this series on summer, and you all are going to vote about which liar you believe the most. We have some people in here I have not seen for a while. Lately, girl, where you been? Look at that. Nene Nut. Nene, how's everything going? There, I saw that. Look at that milestone right there. Angie Gibson, member for 32 months. Woo! Tell you what, y'all make me blush. Love you to death. What did you all think about the Adam Montgomery BS that went on yesterday? For one, he wasn't even in court. And as you know, we heavily follow the Harvey Montgomery case. I know that it's not the most popular case to talk about on YouTube, but I'm not giving up. Not giving up. Thank you so much, Stacy, member for 36 months. Woo, look at that. My cactus girl is here. Good morning, everyone, and Brooks. Look at you all go. Glad everyone is here. Hey, Cece, where have you been, girlfriend? I have missed you. I would love for you to grab the link and come up because you and I have had some of the most interesting conversations about this case. And you are very, very, very smart when it comes to police work. Well, I don't want to keep you guys all on the edge of your seat, but I had a comment put on after the last show. So first, we're just going to tell everyone hello. All right, tell me if you guys can hear this because StreamYard has added some different features in their different sounds. Anna Ruiz, hello, girlfriend. What is going on? Tell me if you can hear this. Oh, I could hear it. Interesting. They put that all in there. You all know I didn't add it, but oh my goodness. I'm going to start using those sounds all the time, and I know exactly how to use the boing, boing, boing. Well, again, the name of the show is Which Liar Do You Believe the Most? And something has come to my attention. It seems that old White Boy Radio, who is friends with Dawn, has an issue with old Can't. You know what I mean? He has an issue with Can't. All right, listen to this. He has an issue with Can't. And he has a lot of information I believe he could have only gotten from Dawn. So when you hear me say Can't, say boing. Man, I'm loving these sound effects. Okay, so let's start with, we're going to do a little recap of what we were talking about the other day on part 1. We had a lady come up and she said that Lisa K. Ruitz is very involved in this case. Well, this is where it all came from. All right, so let's start with this. And by the way, this has nothing to do with Dolly, who is a friend of mine. This has nothing to do with PJ, because when someone grabs the link, you're going to get one thing or the other. You're going to get meaning they know their shit, or you're going to get this. We on our toes now? So you never know what's behind the link. Ooh, Diva said he's basically calling her out for her behavior and a hoe. Oh my gosh. He basically is calling her out for her behavior and a hoe. I couldn't imagine anyone calling Candace that. Okay, so where all these rumors came from, it's actually from like 2 years ago. So we're going to go through it. And we're going to do what I call Mark Zuckerberg's favorite phrase. Fact checking. Fact checking. Get your heart rate going. We're fact checking. So this is where all this came from. All Dolly did was take a call. So I don't want anyone running to Dolly and PJ going, oh my God, Brooks is over there talking all kinds of shit about you and PJ. And I just think it's really unfair of Brooks. This has nothing to do with them. This has to do with the caller from like 2 years ago and how the internet does what the internet does. You might recognize the voice, and I don't mean Dolly's.
Wells' cousin calling into my show 2 years ago.
Over 2 years
and
ago.
I kind of just laugh her off. And I really never even checked into what she was saying until now. And then when I started checking into what she was saying, everything she said checked out for the most part. And we'll get into that and the proof of that in just a minute. And there is something going on here with organized crime. And who is involved in that organized crime, we're going to discuss.
Now, I will agree with this 100%, that there is a ring. There's a ring going on. There's a ring going on. And I can tell you this right now, my voice to God's ear. I've had people try to drag me into things before that had diabolical intentions. There is a reason that the DA says the players in this drama. He's not talking about Angel P. He's not talking about Connie. He's not talking about Sarah. He's not talking about me. He's talking about all the derelicts that are involved in this case.
Had ran away from foster care for a little bit, but
She did. And
it wasn't nothing
she
to do
did.
with Candace, right?
No, it had nothing to do with Candace.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
We were still, as a family, looking for her, and it had nothing to do with it. And before that, our cousin Rose went missing, and then Candace's older daughter went missing.
Okay,
and then
wait, you keep saying we. Are you kin to the Wells?
I am.
Okay, who are you first? We know who we're talking to.
I'm her cousin.
Is your name just Cousin? Do you got a name?
Well, we'll just go with Cuz.
Cuz. All right, Cuz.
This is supposedly Rose's doppelganger that people keep talking about. Rose Bly. Yes, just me. Say it loud and proud. Our Connie. This is our Connie. V. Oakley, is she really? I don't believe her though. Hold on, girlfriend. I'm going to get through it. I just want to make sure everyone understands this is not about Dolly or PJ. They're friends, okay? They're nice people. I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right, good.
You on that bullshit? I'm just trying to
No,
say,
no. It's all been turned into the
that's that
TBI.
bullshit.
No, I'm not talking bullshit. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's all been turned into TBI.
Oh.
No. So we've had.
Here I am interrupting again. If I hear one more person say, I've turned it into TBI, I am going to stab myself in the face 6 times. I'm so sick of hearing them going, oh, I turned it into TBI and they're not doing nothing. I turned it into TBI and they're not doing nothing. Do you really think they're going to call you back and say, thank you for cracking the case? So this is what we're doing today. No. And every time Susan calls someone out and says, did you truly send this in? They have the nerve to get mad at Susan for asking a simple fucking question.
Had people go missing before on that side of the family where we've gone up in arms looking for children, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden Summer goes missing. We're like, what the hell is going on over here? You know, you got 2 kids missing from the same mom. But the word on the
Okay, so this person is supposedly Candace's cousin. All right, so be it. She says that Candace has an older daughter that's missing. She's not. She was at one time, and Candace did not care. Candace did not care. Do you know why Candace Floden was missing? Because she was being abused at a foster home and ran off. Then she went to another foster home. That's what happened. She's not currently missing, and she wasn't missing 2 years ago. Candace does have a daughter that's missing. Okay? And in Camp Cant style, she signed over rights to her 2 oldest children, Andrew and Candace Floden, and signed over rights to Josie, Waylon, and Wyatt Wells. All right? So Candace Floden is not missing. She ran away from a foster home years ago.
street, because we still have kin there. The word on the street, this Summer was not the intended target there.
What's the word on the street? What's the word on the street? If you're a family member, you don't need the word on the street. You're going to talk to a family member.
It has nothing to do with them.
So somebody wanted to kidnap somebody, but they didn't want to kidnap Summer. But when they got there,
no. Let me lay it down for you. Okay. You can investigate this too. You can, as I speak.
okay, I'm gonna look up see if they have a cousin named Cuz first. That's gonna be my
listen.
first step.
Look up a dude named Spider. Okay.
All right.
He was arrested at 2:00 in the morning the day Summer went missing.
Okay.
And he was in a drug deal. Okay. He was arrested a few miles down from their house. Right in Rogers.
And that is true. That is true. We spoke about this on our show, I'd say in July of 2021. There was a drug bust that was done not far from Dawn and Candace's home. Has nothing to do with Summer. But this lady, who sounds very familiar to me, and I'm not going to say who I think it is because I don't want to get myself in trouble. was at 2:00 in the morning. Everybody that was involved in this meth bust went to jail. Well, that is sacrilege, Diana Bond. 45 likes and 172 watching. Woo! That's embarrassing for me. Y'all hit that like. Jinbug said, I feel like it's a whole ring and everyone and that hill are involved or knows something. Amen, sister.
Tennessee. He was meeting three people from Virginia. They were coming up. Okay. And somebody called him an anonymous tip and he was busted.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't the Wells that called him in, but the people they were hanging out with called him in. You can look this up. His name's Steven, and he goes by Spider. June 15th. You look this up. I'm telling you the truth. They bust Spider.
Okay, his name is Steven, though.
Now, you're going to be able to count a few times how many times this lady says, I'm telling you the truth. Well, I'll tell you what, Crime Time Connie's telling me the truth because she just gave me a $10 super sticker. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Crime Time Connie. Woo! Woo! This channel needed that. You have no idea.
And he was arrested June 15th.
And then stop.
Of last
At
year.
1:00 in the morning. No.
2 years ago.
2021. The day Summer went missing. I'm telling
Okay.
you. Listen to me. I'm telling you the truth. Here, this is just.
Okay, so what I read is this guy was arrested at 2 a.m. on June 15th, 2021. Okay. Summer went missing June 15th, sometime in the afternoon. If he was arrested after Summer went missing, that would be June 16th. Okay? That would be June 16th. So if the dude's in jail at 2 a.m. on the 15th, he certainly can't kidnap Summer sometime between 2 p.m. and I'll just say 6:30 when the police were called. It's impossible.
It's like crazy. Nobody's listening to us. He was busted. He was meeting people from Virginia, okay? A carload of 3 people. An anonymous tip called in, Spider had drugs on him. They busted him that morning. They were pissed off because it was intercepted, okay? And it came back to 110 Ben Hill Road, but it was not the Wells who called it in. It was the Crawfords. And all of a sudden, Ricky gets killed the next day.
Ricky Crawford did not die on June 16th, 2021. No, he did not. No, he did not. This woman sounds exactly like Lisa K. Ruetz. And the reason I'm saying that is because she tried to spin this yarn with me one time before. And it just didn't add up. Hey, look, in these cases, anything's possible. But I can tell you right now, it's got to add up. A dude cannot be in jail, busted at 2 a.m. on June 15th, and then do a Ted Bundy and escape from jail like he's a damn Pokemon and go kidnap Summer. Kimberly said the bus was in July. I thought the Taylor man drowned, not Crawford. There's a lot going on, my friend. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of dead people to keep up with.
I'm telling you. This is
Which dude is Ricky?
Ricky's Marlena's brother.
Marlena is the one that's living in the homeless camp or whatever, right?
No, I don't know where the fuck the bitch is now. I'd like to know, but I don't know because she wouldn't be there. No, she's all. It comes down to the Crawfords. I'm telling you right now. Listen to me. The Crawfords were the intended target. It was not the Wells. And our hearts and souls, we believe with every fiber.
Yeah, but did they have a daughter?
Journey. Her name's Journey.
Yeah, we really shouldn't be using her name. And if anyone has listened to this show for a little bit, Ricky is not Marlena's brother. Ricky is Marlena's father. And he didn't just get drowned, as she said, or however it's pronounced, on June 16th. Okay? Now she's saying that this Spider-Man, Steven Spider-Man, that came from Virginia with 3 other people, he went up on the hill because he thought he was kidnapping Journey. We've done many shows about the Marlena compilation. Journey had been taken back to Marlena days before. Days before. And CPS was at their house due to the accusations that were put out by Journey on June 14th, 2021. Journey was nowhere around there. If somebody is really wanting to kidnap Journey, then they would go to Journey's house.
Okay.
They sure did.
So these people that busted on Spider, that you saying this is a retaliation, and some people have
That's
showed.
exactly what I'm saying. And the people that did it are in Rowan Mountain, Tennessee. And we turned this into the TBI, and nobody's listening to us. He puts on his Facebook, keeping stock and children, and he's all into this Joshua. It's called the Isaiah House. He said we steal their kids and homeschool them, and this guy's freaking nuts out of his mind on drugs because he's a drug dealer.
Well, people are saying Ricky Crawford is still alive, but I 100% believe the Crawfords are involved.
He's dead. He got drowned. No, he's not. He's dead. No, they killed him. He's dead. He's killed.
So
I'm telling you right now, that man's dead.
So you're saying they done went and got Summer because of this drug he got ratted on, snitching.
It wasn't them though.
Yeah, but it was mistaken. They came there thinking it was the Crawfords, and they ended up getting Summer, is what you're saying.
Honest to God, that's what we believed. And the only way it makes sense, if you listen to me, is her timeline is a lie. That's a big fat lie. But at the Wells, I'm telling you, Donnie and Candace are innocent as can be. They didn't do it. This is if you look at their timeline, her timeline doesn't make sense because it's not true. Her timeline, she left the home, and Grandma, or you can call her Brandis or whatever the fuck you want, we call her Candy. Candy was there, and she was sleeping, and the boys were supposed to be in charge of the home, and Candace left.
Where did Candace go?
Well, you want to know the truth? She went to take Hunter home. She was taking Hunter home.
Okay, I just want to speak about time here. I'm not going to call anyone a liar. I'm talking about time. From Rogersville into Kingsport is roughly about 45 minutes. Okay? So, we know that Angel P is an amazing person because she just gifted a Crime Lines and Lies membership. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So we know that they were at the hospital that morning because Candace, for once, gave a shit about somebody besides herself. Hence why it was, oh, mother, I must take you. Oh, mother, I must get your plastic knee checked out. Mother, we must go. We must go now, mother. So she dumps her ass off at the hospital. She sends a text to Hunter, and we know what happened from there. That's all been confirmed. Hippie House, Warriors Park, Walgreens, let's see, Sonic, we know that. Okay, he wanted to go home because his girlfriend's mom was picking him up. And don't forget, at that time, he had a probation officer to where he can't leave Sullivan County and go to Hawkins County without permission. Now, let's just say he skated around that fact. Let's just say he did. 45 minutes home. Remember, they got home around 2 o'clock. We've heard all that bullshit. We've heard all that. So when exactly did she leave to bring Hunter back home? Because we also know that she, as in can't, yes, can't, was at Fred's house with Laura and with Chad Arnold. And that's at 4:30. And right after is when she said to Marlena, Summer is missing. There's not enough time. I'm sorry, there's not enough time. And this lady, this lady that's talking is way too old to be Rose Bly's daughter. And if Kant is such a great person and such a great aunt, what the hell has she ever done for her nieces? Her sister is missing. The proof is in the pudding. Daisy chasing. She didn't give a shit about her own kids. She doesn't care that her sister is missing and that her nieces don't have a mama.
She was there with Hunter, and she wasn't supposed to be there with Hunter.
So you're saying when Allie says that Summer was in the car when she brought Hunter home?
Oh, Allie,
that's a lie.
No, and then if you go back and look on YouTube, she already admitted that was a lie. That was a big fat lie. She's a big fat liar. She was like not following Hunter's probation at all. She let him do whatever the fuck he wanted to do with Candace and whoever he wanted to do it with. She didn't give a shit. She was
okay. There's no way Rose Bly's daughter would know anything about any of this. I'm telling you, zero way. Zero way in the universe. As far as Hunter's probation and he could do whatever he wants to do with Candace, he hadn't seen Candace since October of 2020.
He's fat and lazy.
Thank you, Helena, for gifting those memberships.
Sleeping in her bed on the toilet, whatever the hell she was doing, but she wasn't watching her kid. I'm telling you, that was a lie. So what happened is she was taking Hunter home, and so her timeline is screwed up. And when she says she don't want to talk about it because, oh, I already told the TBA, everybody knows if I tell it, this was the perpetrator. Fuck that. No. You don't want to tell the truth.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If Candace is completely innocent, like you're saying, then why all the fuck shit? Why all the
Well, let me tell you why. But it's going to come out now. Let me tell you why. It's about ready to come out. Let me tell you why. Because she was afraid to lose her boys. But now the boys don't want to come home. So Candace has nothing else to lose, right? It's going to come out. Let me tell you the truth. It's coming out. You guys all watch. It's coming out. Candace lied about the timeline, and she was scared. But now she has nothing else to lose. And Don, the guilt is eating them up alive, and they're coming out. They had nothing to do with this little baby going missing. It's not them. It's not them. And we've already turned these people into the TBI over and over, and nobody's listening. And we keep sending like video proof and proof. This is not them. They didn't do it. It's not them. It's the Crawfords. They need to look closer, and they need to look at these people that we're sending like the proof. This guy like has pictures of like keeping stock and stealing their babies. Like he talks about this code and all this weird shit. He's talking about the jailhouse code. Like when they go to jail, they write letters and codes to each other and shit. This guy, and I don't know how I can put his name out there without getting in trouble. In my opinion, it's Philip. I don't know how to. I'm not.
Yeah, don't worry about his name. Just send it to me in my Facebook.
All right, but he's from Rowan Mountain, I'm telling you. And there's a video of this guy living in the woods and talking about stealing kids and all this bullshit and keeping them like in an Amish school almost, like it's called the Isaiah House, he calls it. Like this religious house. And I swear to God, our family does not believe that they're guilty. Honest to God, they're not. And
our family doesn't need this. Oh my gosh. Then get your ass down to East Tennessee and try to help find Summer.
we think that these people honestly took Summer and on mistake. It wasn't not the intended target. Marlena's daughter, Journey, was actually, that's why Marlena's freaking out. Summer was not the one that was supposed to be gone. It was supposed to be Journey. And everybody's like, oh, she was gone 2 to 3 minutes. No, she wasn't. She was gone 2 to 3 hours. And that's why.
So what else is Candace lying about? Because you said the timeline is wrong. That Allie lied. That
Okay, 2 to 3 hours. They got home around 2. So 2 to 3 hours, it's impossible for Candace to be at Fred Hill's house, which is confirmed with Fred, Laura, and Chad Arnold. Impossible. And also, Hunter cannot be with his girlfriend and the girlfriend's mom at the same time. And Marlena's not running scared. Well, she might be for other reasons. No. Journey had not been by that house since like June 12th, I believe. That's when Grandis took her back because of something that happened on the hill. What is Candace a Jetson all of a sudden? Does she have like a flying car to go through the air to get around that fast? I don't think so.
No, that's it. And
so while she was gone, what do you think?
And how could you mix up Journey and Summer? Journey is much older than Summer, and she's not shaved bald. Anyone that actually could find the house and go up that steep hill to find a house behind all the other shit that's there assumed Summer was a boy.
Think happened?
She took Hunter home, and they came up on that hill and got that baby. That's honest to God what happened. And if you look at like the FBI evidence and the TBI and the LE evidence, nothing. Why have they not arrested them? Because they didn't do it. And the digital evidence proves it on the phone and their GPS and all that stuff. They did not do this. This was not them. This was done.
Now, there was a drug bust on June 15th. And yes, there was one on July 15th. There's been a few around there. But Summer was alive on June 15th, 2021. That has been confirmed by law enforcement. They have her on CCTV. They have done the TikTok that Candace took at Warriors Park, which in Candace's mind, if she was that smart, it's called her proof of life. Okay? They know it came from that day.
Onto them, and they're not listening to the people that we think in our hearts did this. And if you look Spider up, I'm telling you, you Google the Times Herald, June 15th, 2021, and look at Stephen's record, Spider, you'll see he was arrested at 2 o'clock that morning.
Okay, somebody asked, how did the 110 address get mixed up?
It didn't get mixed up.
Alba, thank you.
Because she was staying there. It did not get mixed
So
up.
when she called the police on Spider, she called from 110 Ben Hill Road.
No, she didn't call the police on Spider, though. It wasn't her. She didn't do it. She did not call the police.
No, I'm saying Melina called the police on Spider, right?
No. There was an anonymous tip. It was anonymous. Whoever called, what I'm trying to tell you is Spider got the drugs from this dude in Rowan Mountain, okay?
Uh-huh.
And the dude he got the drugs funded from is the one that had this arranged. It was not the Wells, I'm telling you. And if you look at the son of a bitch online, which we have done, and we've sent it to the TBI, the FBI, the LE, and we're telling them, look at this guy. He's talking about stealing babies. He's talking about being this great drug dealer, blah, 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 and keeping them stuck and stealing their kids and all this
And you
bullshit.
gave all this information to TBI?
We did, and they're not listening. They're not listening to us because they think we're like stupid hillbillies or something. They're not listening. They won't listen. And we're trying to tell them, listen, somebody called in on Spider, and it wasn't us. And his people took retaliation on the Wells, trying to get back at the Crawfords. And it wasn't us. It had nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but you think somebody's gonna come because you told them somebody's gonna come take your kid? I mean, that's a little extreme, don't you think? For snitching on somebody?
No. How much do you think that he had on him? How many kilos do you think he had on him?
What, when they busted him?
Yeah. Look it up. It's all right there. It's all.
I mean, how many kilos did he have? Just save me the trouble. You can tell me.
No, go ahead. No, look it up. He had guns. He had drugs. He had a backpack full of shit. Not only that, but the people came from West Virginia, but he had information on the Isaiah house. He had information on their whole racket that they had going in Rowan Mountain over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, look it up. He's still in freaking jail right now.
So if he's in jail,
Dolly's nicer than me because I hate when someone grabs the link and they tell me, you can Google it, Brooks. You can Google it. You can look it up. No, I'm talking to you. Don't you know? Can't you tell me? Can't you tell me? And let me tell you what, these kids were surrounded by creeps. Surrounded by creeps. And yes, Ronnie Lawson lied. He said, oh, we just have a regular drug problem around here. But look who got Sheriff of the Year. Look at that. You know why he got it? Because he's set to retire in May. FFS. So the question is, why would a drug addict want to kidnap Marlena's daughter? Okay?
couldn't have done it. So, but you're saying his people done it.
Spider didn't take it. No, Spider did not take her. But I'm telling you, the guy that he was working for, he did it. I'm telling you right now, that man, Philip, did it. And with my whole heart, as I'm sitting here breathing, I swear to God, hand to God, I believe that man did it. Hand to God.
And he did that because of a drug debt, because his drugs got knocked off.
He did it because he was busted and they had information regarding his operation.
All right, somebody told me to ask you, do you think Summer is alive?
No.
I don't. I honest to God don't. You know why? Because I think she was too much of a liability at that point. I think they had I think they cut their losses, and I think
You think. Hence why TBI won't talk to you. And you're throwing out all these names that you're getting off Google, like Spider Steve and Philip and the Crawfords.
Honest, I want to start crying, but honest to God, I don't think that they kept her. I think that they got rid of her because they realized that they made a mistake.
Yeah, and
Once it
I
all
don't know
came
how
out-
I would look up Spider because I don't know his last name.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. I can tell you. You just give me 10 seconds.
For her to go beep, 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 boop, 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 and look it up because she grabbed the link and doesn't know shit about what she's talking about. Hence why she has to say, oh, give me a second. And if law enforcement was already on Spider's trail and he's not an RSO, he's just into meth, that's oil and water right there. Okay? Yeah, it's well known. It is well known that people that are under certain substances neglect their children. But other people that are under certain substances don't want the responsibility of taking care of a child. They just don't. Kathy Marsh, haven't seen you in a long time. And Aruban ball players? Who are Aruban ball players? All right, good to see you.
I'll tell you 1 second. Hold on. I got all of it.
Oh, I got all of it. You should know. You should know. You're claiming to be Candace's cousin. You're blaming all this on the Crawfords. You're saying that Candace took Hunter home and then, for whatever reason, turned right back around and took him back to his house. Okay? She already had her alone time with Hunter at Warriors Park. She already did. We know she has violated that boy. We're not stupid. We know she got him a vape and a twisted tea, and they were hanging out on the back side of the pond. We all know that. We all know that. This is a horrible thing to do. It really is. And this doppelganger of Rose's needs to honestly get a life. Okay? Because I had a very concerning comment, and I will get to that right after this.
No, his name.
Or you can just shoot it to me on Facebook, like I said, and
I
I'll
don't
look
know if
into
you're
it.
on. I've never listened to. I don't even know your name. I've never listened to your show before.
Oh, okay. Well, how did you find me?
I just looked up live on YouTube and you popped up.
Oh, okay. And
Right,
it just
hold on
happened to
one
be
second.
some you knew all about that you happen to be family with.
Well, no, I just happened to see you were talking about Summer Wells. I'm like,
Oh,
who is
okay.
that?
Okay.
I'm so
look
skeptical
at
of
him.
everybody.
I'm going to tell you.
Usually you're not, though.
June 15th, 2021. I'm doing it right now. Hold on.
Okay.
I know you think I'm nuts, but I'm not. It's in the Times Herald. And then-
Okay, Ziggy's in the room. I got you. She says, look up this article by Newsbreak called 4 Arrested After Large Quantity of Meth.
Yep, that's
Numerous
it.
guns
Ziggy-
seized from
I'm
Churchill
Ziggy. I love
residence.
Ziggy. Yep, Ziggy's right. Yep, Ziggy's right. That's it. She's right. I'm telling
Okay, that's fine. Well, then why didn't you know that? Why do you need Ziggy to tell you anything? That's redonkulous. That is redonkulous. Hey, Retro. What's up, girlfriend? Redonkulous. Now, let's get to the comments from the last show. I'm doing everything ass backward today for a reason. All right, from the last show, part 1 of which liar do you believe the most? Woo! Mary Edwards said if Daisy turns on the wells now, she will probably be eliminated too. Woo! Everyone loved seeing Aunt Sherry up. Oh, Mary Edwards said other channels make Sherry feel down about herself. And I said, well, I think she's a sweet lady. Carol said the children's cast didn't want them putting false ideas into the kids' heads. Everyone is still a suspect. They could have seen something, and the father might tell them to tell authorities or the police. You said that you had 7 alibis, but that Candace was going down. Why would you say that unless you thought she was responsible? Dawn, you weren't even home, so your account is secondhand info from Candace. Nobody is telling the truth at all. They are responsible for the child going missing. Their choice of friends is my opinion. Now, one thing that I don't like is when a victim's family member feels further victimized. Okay? Further victimized. So I'm going to put this up. This is from Christopher Larson, 960. He has 2 children with Rose Bly. He said, so first off, I am 95% sure neither of my daughters have done a call in on a channel. And if someone can give me the channel and episode it supposedly happened, I'll check it out. Both of my kids are still minors, so please leave them out of this garbage. As far as Lisa, I do know her to be clear. As far as being on a panel, hard pass. I'm not Dawn and do not want to be in that circus. We are different types of people. I mean no offense to anyone, but when I hear someone bringing up my daughters into stuff, I'll speak up. So as I've asked, please leave them out of stuff. They are working hard to build their own lives and live good lives. They do not need the drama any more than they already have had, respectfully. Okay? I don't blame him. Now, I'm going to help fix this for him because I've spoken to him before. You can tell he's doing talk to text or he's doing something really quick. Right here, when he says, so please leave them out of this garbage. As far as Lisa, he said, I do know her to be clear. I'm going to fix it for him because he left a comment before that said, I don't know her. So I'm going to reply right now. Before you said you don't know Lisa. Better fix that. I'm assuming you made a typo. There's no way he could. There's just no way he could. No. No way he could. All right, so let's get to someone else that is seeing the light. All right? Tables are turning. Tables are turning. Hold on, Gemini. Where did you get that information that Christopher Larson was with Lisa K. Ruiz? Because if you go through all her comments in the Cash Gurnan group, she knew nothing about Summer Wells. Nothing. But then she started bombarding the Rose Bly case. It's a pattern of behavior of hers. If you want to believe her, believe her. I really don't care. But I'm not going to have Summers' case muddied over this. So hold on. Where did you get all this reading, Gemini? From reading what Jeannie and her was saying. Jeannie is Candace's older sister and will have nothing to do with this. And she's very well aware about how a certain person is trying to drag her into it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I promise Lisa probably reached out to Jeannie and to Chris and to several other people because she's done it in so many other cases. If you want to talk to Connie Girton, she'd be more than willing to speak to you. Because during the Cash Girton case, she had a lot of problems with Lisa K. Ruetz. If you would like to talk to John and Jeannie Long from the Sophie Long case, then you can talk to them. Susan, she's done it in several cases. Yeah, Susan, do you mind grabbing the link and coming up and explaining this to everybody? Because we've done this for way too many years. Question everything said patterns mattered. Thank you for that info, Brooks. You can go to any of our groups, Cash Girton and before. You're going to see everything that she said. Gemini, what channel were you seeing this stuff between Candace's older sister and Lisa K. Ruetz? Because someone is playing some real dangerous games around here, and I'm not happy about it. All right, so let's get back to how White Boy Radio. Oh, hang on. What's up, Sex Pot?
I keep getting kicked off. This thing is driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I'm right here, baby doll. What's going on?
Okay. I don't know why people choose to believe Lisa. She has changed her high school with each case that she said she knows people.
Mm-hmm.
She did it with Cash Girton's grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And her grandmother told us that she didn't know that crazy woman that was contacting her on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people keep believing her. Honestly, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
I can say right now, she's not a suspect in.
I'm not mad at you, Gemini, but I'm just saying just because somebody says so doesn't mean it's true.
I'm going to try something on everybody. Okay, are you ready? I am 5'9", 110 pounds, and I wear a size 9 shoe. Do you believe me? We're going to play a little game. Oh, look at y'all calling me a fat ass. Y'all coming around here. Look at that, Chrissy. Nope. Crime Kitty. Nope. Anna. Nope. Oh, question everything. I've never seen your feet, so no. Frank Opinion. No. Frank Opinion. No, I don't think so. No. My feet are 7.5, and I am. Oh, Erica said, I believe you. Okay. No, I'm 5'4", and I'm 143 pounds, and I wear a 7.5. But if I grab a link somewhere, people are going to be like, oh,
Blonde bombshell.
what to do? Did you ever think about being a model, Brooks? I mean, with that body, look at that retro girl. Look at that retro girl. She said, I weigh just 110 pounds. Trust me. My gosh, working on that hot bod. Okay, enough of that. So, I mean, if you want to go through our Facebook groups and you can see all the different things that Lisa K. Ruetz has said.
Please do educate yourself. Know who you're dealing with. I can breathe again. Sorry.
No, Tammy said she did.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Peas in a Pod. Now, if you guys don't know, Peas in a Pod, she is the captain of our coin pusher team. You know, since Candace is really good with the coin pusher, Peas in a Pod, she's still working on uniforms, okay? And she wants to make it an Olympic sport, okay? Oh, and look at this. Retro Girl has a bridge to sell us. Where is it at, Retro Girl?
How much?
How much? Oh, Peas in a Pod said, get your red shorts and twisted tees, ladies. So that's the uniform. Okay, so let me get to how the tides, and you don't have to stay up here, Susan. I just wanted someone else.
I'm going.
All right,
bye, y'all.
Uh-oh. Spicy said, no disrespect, but Lisa K is a complete psychopath. Well, I tried to call her. Let me try to call her again. She's all about truth and justice, you know? Let's see. Let's see if I can get a hold of her. Hang on. I mean, we're just trying to clear up things. Okay, there she is. Said she was active 17 minutes ago. No, Lisa K. Ruetz was not sleeping with Christopher Larson before Rose disappeared. Lisa is much, much, much older. Hey, UFC, I got your email. Busy day for Lisa. Lisa didn't answer. How sad. Okay, so let's get to White Boy Radio. That, like I said, the tables have turned. Now, our friend Phoebe Australia, clip this. I absolutely love her. She's an amazing person. I think, now when I say I think, okay, when I say I think, it just means this is what I'm thinking. It doesn't mean it's a fact. I'm going to go ahead and say, I think that old Donnie Boy has been confiding in his friend, Matt, aka White Boy Radio, hence why he's going around calling Can't a hoe. Now remember, if we say can't, we hear this. I'm loving the sound effects.
That's all I'm doing. Actually, I'm trying to do 2 things at once. So, but
Okay, this is actually from White Boy Radio, and Sarah said, I saw in Discord White Boy had a new job. Good. I'm glad he does. I love when people do better. I really do. I know that he's had a rough road. I do. I know that he's had a rough road. And I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad that he's making more money and he's at a place where he feels more appreciated and he can do what he wants. So, I mean, I'm certainly not going to make fun of that. That's just not how I roll. But I can roll on this because a lot of people got questions about what happened to Dee.
you can come on in because the truth about it is last night I went live and how about, so Candace doesn't want me telling you guys what I told you, and I have receipts on it. Of course I do. I have a lot of receipts. I have a lot, and I'm not going to play these games. I'm not going to play these games at all. Not at all. It's just not going to go down with White Boy. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, I went live last night and I told you guys about how Candace just blatantly moved in with my old moderator that all of a sudden died. I have questions and I think there's red flags to talk about. I have questions and
You know what? I am really glad people are seeing the light. Radio God said, thank you. I love customer service. We have the best customer service department ever. You never know what you're going to get. You never know. I'm telling you, we have the best customer service department in the world. But that's the email, CLL72020, and we'll get you into Discord. It seems that Matt and Noel are really, on one hand, they took it hook, line, and sinker, that they were released of charges, but I think now that they know everything that's going on, and they know that Candace swings every way, I mean, every way. I'm telling you right now, if I was having a New Year's Eve party, yeah, in October, and I had a bar stool that was flipped over, oh, Can would be sitting on it, okay? She'd fuck anything. She is what I call trisexual. She'd be trying to lick my cat's ass. She is one filthy bitch. She is one filthy bitch. And so when everyone's coming together and finally understanding that there is a problem there. But I think what's really weighing on Matt's heart, and I would love to have him come on the show and talk to us. I know we've had our riffs in the past. I don't care about that. This is about summer. I would love to have him come on because I guarantee he knows a lot of stuff, or he can just keep it for his show. Because I'm getting really tired of everybody around Camp Cant dying. Oh, hang on. I forgot to do the boing. I
think there's red flags that need to be talked about. But as I was kind of airing all that out last night, well, wouldn't you know, somebody requested that my live get taken down. Well, wouldn't you know? Well, wouldn't you know, actually? Well, wouldn't you know? What did I say
I'll give you 3 guesses as to who wanted Matt's live taken down. You've got 3 guesses. Go ahead and throw them in here.
My live, that was so bad. What did I say? It was just the truth. It was just the truth. And yeah, somebody wants my live taken down. It's a shame. Didn't say it. I don't hide from the truth, and I never dirty delete. People should know that. It's wild, though.
That's from Can. Yep. That's from Can. He showed it on the screen.
Oh, how people want my live down, request it to come down. You don't want the truth out there, but the truth of the matter is exactly what I said last night. It's wild that you're mad that the man comes on my panel and in all your behavior, and it's just this, and the whole thing with Fred, it is disgusting. But there's a lot of questions to that. There's a lot of questions to what really went down with Dee Dee. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but it does look suspicious if I mean, this is true crime after all. It's all very vindictive behavior. It's all very vindictive behavior. You're having the guy who, remember when that nerd was live and he had the antifreeze? He was like crying about how he couldn't go to jail. Like, this is your hitters. This is who you think people, I mean, this is all childish. None of this has nothing to do with Summer. But Candace, you have to understand your behavior there's a light shining directly on it. And a little fight with Don or whatever, look, whatever you guys' fight is, it's none of my problem. None of this is none of my business. But when you involve me in it and you involve me with your vindictiveness, then I'm going to air it out.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break this down for Matt. Okay. I get that he's been trying to take up for them. Oh, he's got a nipple hanging out. I didn't realize that. Anyway, he needs to get another shirt. Trying to be nice here. The reason she kept contacting him is because she knows that Dawn wants her gone. Okay? And she thought she was going to get with him, just like she thought she was going to get with Ernie. Just like when she thought she was going to get with Benny. Just like she thought she was going to be with Kathy. Now she's down there living in her dead friend's house, thinking she's going to set up shop with her husband, Fred. Put that nipple up.
Start to tell my subscribers, hey, look, there's behavior that we can look at. The world doesn't really care about, the world cares about Summer. Let's get that right. The world doesn't care about a fight between Don and Candace. But the vindictiveness that you're showing and the behavior that you are showing, it's not for me to pursue anybody. It's right out in the air and right out in the open for everybody to look at and judge and see.
Okay, I mean, if you want to go ahead and screenshot this and make it into a meme, no offense, Matt, go ahead and call it On Your 10 Toes and say it with your chest. Because you can tell he is pissed. 10 toes and say it with your chest.
For themselves. The way that you're burning people who, stood behind you and supported you. This is nothing that I have to convince anybody about. People can have their own brains, their own conclusions, but the vindictiveness in your behavior is weird. It's weird. It's very weird. Actually, I took some notes. But before we get there, why did you ask Don for me to take the video down? I'm not taking it down. And matter of fact, what if you didn't realize, I doubled down and I'm doing this one now. So if you asked for this one to get taken down, I'll do 3 more. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But I made some notes, people, because I could show receipts all day. You guys know that's what I do. Candace is not thinking this one through. I made a post last night after my live and said I really hate to do it, but boy, I could pull receipts. And boy, could I. And boy, could I. And maybe I just will. But continuing last night, there's red flags everywhere. And just to be clear before I read my notes, don't be leaving comments with Don and Candace. This has nothing to do with Don. Don is
He's going to keep taking up for Don, and that is fine. All right, I need to take a little break, and I'm going to leave you guys with this for a minute, and I promise I'll be right back, okay? These are pigs sucking off their mother's nipple. True Crime Beat, so that's quality content. Well, absolutely. Everyone knows what you get here. It's nothing but high class around here. Jeez.
at the church today. Don was just on my panel talking about Summer Well. I don't want to read in my comments anything about Don. Don is not moving in with somebody. You guys don't even know the half of it. You don't even know the half of it. There's red flags. You didn't do any life-saving techniques to help Dee Dee. You didn't do any life-saving techniques to help Dee Dee. I would have done CPR.
Now, this is what's important. So when people were coming after me the other day when I said she did nothing when she watched Dee Dee die, they kept coming after me saying, how you know, Brooks? Brooks, you weren't there. You say all the time you weren't there, but you know about this. He's saying right there, she didn't. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Hey, Dawn, roll through the next one. Roll to the next one. I don't care what you all do with your genitals. But this poor woman clinging for life and Matt calling her out needed to happen. Needed to happen. And the only reason Dawn and Candace are working on the relationship is because Candace thinks she might get in trouble. You have a woman sitting right in front of you that you know is having a medical issue, and you're fucking around on your phone all the time, and we know she does, and you don't hit the 9, the 1, and the 1, there's a problem. You wait for her husband to get home and go, oh no, but she made a pot roast today. You've got to be kidding me.
I would have done something. She called Fred to tell him she needs to go to the ER right now. You should have called 911 as soon as she hung up with him, as that would have got there ASAP to be able to work on her. You didn't do that, though.
I can tell you why she didn't. And again, I wasn't there. She knows if you call 911, you're going to have fire, police, and ambulance there. Fire, police, and ambulance. Candace does not want to hold up her identity and say, my name is Candace Wells. So she would have preferred for him to come home from work and take her to the ER as opposed to her being involved. If I called 911 right now saying, oh my gosh, I think I'm having a heart attack, fire, police, ambulance, they're all going to be here. She knows what happens. She knew what happened when Dawn called 911 about Summer. They were crawling up her ass worse than the chiggers in her crotch. She knows it. How many people will this woman piss on?
It doesn't matter who you are if you're an adult and you would still try to do CPR or chest compressions. Even if you do not have any idea, you should still try to do it and call 911. The fact that, let's talk about this death certificate. Why is it taking so long? If you do not have any idea, you should still try to do it and call 911.
I can tell you from past experience. All right. And this is actually going to make Critter Crotch a little more anxious when she hears this. You see, to get someone buried, you can get a death certificate that says undetermined as they're waiting for toxicology to come through. Can't is skating because Dee Dee's cause of death at this point is undetermined. So they're waiting on the toxicology, which could take 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks. You never know. And that's the reason old can't. Oh, I said can't. So I got to do this. So old can't. It's going to take a while for her to get simmered down. Hence why she's trying to work on her marriage with Dawn. Debbie said, don't you have to have an autopsy with COD? No, they do the autopsy to find out the cause of death. And if they can't, if it's not something obvious like heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, blood clot, cancer, then they have to go to the next level and they start taking tissue out, and they take it from a lot of places. And then they send it in, Debbie, and then it takes a while. This woman was only in her 40s. Spicy said, Looney Lisa Kay stated Dee Dee died at the hospital. No. Why? Does Lisa K. Ruetz live in an ulterior universe? Why? Why does she keep disrespecting victims? I don't understand it. Why?
Let's talk about this death certificate. How did you take it? I must have hit the clip button. It'll make a clip out of your live. Give me a second, comments. Let me just get through this. But you know, before you have been throwing it in Don's face that, you know, you're living with Fred.
Don't be teasing her, Wanda. Wanda's like, Lisa Kay needs to be in a real relationship. Almost said relationship with Can. You know what? And I'm going to try to call her again. She will not answer my calls. Well, she knows I'm live right now. Everyone go ahead and say hi to Lisa. Okay? Because I think Fred knows more about his wife that died than Lisa does. All right? Just say, hey, what up, home skillet? Use a call app. Yeah, like I never thought of that. Let me try to call her again. Let's see. I know for a fact she's not busy. I promise she's not busy. Can you guys all ask Lisa to answer? I'm going to send her a message. Answer, please. And answer, please. I just said answer, please. Answer, Lisa. I mean, Dee Dee was only in her mid-40s. So Fred can't be much older than that. Spicy said, Candace called the lady on the farm. I think her name is Daisy. Yeah, she did. She was trying to sell Dee Dee's purses. She was. Dee Dee had some really nice purses. And again, wasn't there. Just what I was told. She was trying to sell them.
I must hit the clip button. It'll make a clip out of your live. Let me just get through. It's not on Bluetooth. You know, before you... There's no sound, whatever? It's not on Bluetooth. You know, before... It's not on Bluetooth. Who is Fred? Okay, it's aggravating when people can't keep up. It really is, right? And there's no shade. Thank you, actually. Thank you. Because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm not talking about Fred Hill. Fred is Dee Dee's husband, okay? When Don and Candace get into a fight, and I'm trying to get there, but I hate having to go back, but it's okay. We'll do it. Don and Candace get into a fight. Whenever they have gotten to a fight, Candace always would leave the house and go to my moderator, Dee Dee's house. Dee Dee's husband, his name is Fred. Dee Dee just up and dies. Dee Dee is just up and dies one day, and I'm trying to get there to give you some insight, some behind the scenes shit. But Dee Dee up and dies one day. Candace just shacks up with the guy. Like, there's no grieving process. There's nothing. This should be red flags, people. There's no there. That's not normal. That is not normal for, and you don't even know the half of it. It's not normal. There's no grieving on either end. On either end. If my old lady dies, man, I gotta grieve and shit. I don't know what the hell would happen if that ever happened, and God forbid, but it would take like years or something. I don't even want to talk about it. But
sometimes people are so upset about their spouse dying that they in turn have their own health conditions. Gemini said who's she? She said she had a headache. I'm thinking it was a brain aneurysm. Who said Dee Dee had a headache? Who said? Who said Dee Dee had a headache? I think someone's getting this confused with Nana's Angels. Dee Dee said that? Well, Dee Dee could have had a headache, but that would have been discovered in the autopsy. Aneurysms are very easy to find.
just to have, I mean, for fuck's sake, she's already there. It's not like she's got to move in. But people, Dee Dee was in the hospital struggling. And Candace was on the phone, like making Fred leave the hospital to come get the lady. And Dee Dee's like, and when I have receipts, that was my moderator, a good friend of Noel. I could bust out some fucking receipts. You don't play these games, Candace. You do not want to go down this road with me. I promise you that. I promise you, you will look retarded. But all this is happening, people. All this is happening. And then finally she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm just going to stay here. You know, Fred has 2 houses. No. Dee Dee's family had 2 houses. He inherited that. And you're just claiming it somehow. All this is fishy. All this is weird. This is white trash. This is not normal behavior. And you get mad and request my lives to come down. Why? Because I'm telling the truth. I don't play those games. I don't play that shit. It's just not going to happen. Your request, you're not going to have some mind. What you're not going to do is go in all these chat stuff and talk about everything but Summer. And then get mad at Don because he comes on a panel to answer questions about Summer. And you get so mad and vindictive that you send the antifreeze rapist to threaten the guy. It's not going to happen, Candace. You're not going to have all this control. You're not going to play these games. I'm going to give Don a microphone and debunk and show the people whose behavior is really weird. Because it's flagrantly yours. It's flagrantly yours. But yeah, Fred is Dee Dee's husband. It's not Fred Hill. That's not who I'm talking about.
Woo, white boy. Woo. The antifreeze rapist. Whoa. Okie doke. That's a lot to take in. Okay, we're back to it.
Before she up and just says, oh yeah, there's 2 houses that Fred had. No, Fred never had 2 houses. Dee Dee had 2 houses. I'm starting to think y'all. She keeps telling Don, right? Oh, I'm gonna come home because it is expensive. It's like it's like 10 hours one way from A to B. So the lie was, oh, I'm gonna come home when we get the death certificate. As she's driving Dee Dee's car around town and doing all these weird yard sales and shit, selling junk shit. The guy legit doesn't have any gas money. Dee Dee had the bread. So the lie was, I can't drop off Candace until I get the death certificate, because we have to bring the death certificate to the house in Tennessee. They're in Georgia right now. Come on, guys, this is easy.
All right. No misinformation. Real Gemini said autopsy takes months, though. Autopsies are quick. They can figure out real quick if there is any concern as to what happened to someone. Anyone. Okay? They can figure out real quick. Did they have a stroke, aneurysm, heart attack, all that stuff? Did they have cancer? What takes months is the toxicology.
Remember a couple of lives ago, Ziggy was telling you guys Candace was living with rap, and I'm like, this is all fraudulent lies. There's no living with rap. She's one place and one place only with my moderator, Dee Dee, that she always goes to. You can't mix up these weirdos into this live over here. It's just not gonna. There's only one. You can't mix lies with truth, people. You can't mix lies with truth. So I've been debunking that stuff. I've been telling you this is all fraudulent. This is all fake. And this is not even shade towards Ziggy or whatever. It's ridiculous at this point. But when we get the death certificate, I'm going to come home. And then 1 week goes by and 2 weeks goes by. People, how long does it take for a death certificate to come out? Man, my brother overdosed. I needed one myself for work. It took 2 days to get it, people. 2 days to get it. I had to give it to my work because I needed something called bereavement pay, because I actually was grieving. And sad that my brother passed. What I didn't do is move his girlfriend in and start porking her. That's not what I did.
Fair enough. I wouldn't either. Also, you guys, if you can check out the channel, we have another show at 12:30 today, and I would love to see you all there. Matt's right. When his brother passed away, he didn't move in with his girlfriend and just set up house. Okay? Always late. I love this comment. More than you know. More than you know. She said, if everything's being said wasn't true, don't you think Dee Dee's husband would come on some channel or the news somewhere and clear it up? Something shady, in my opinion.
It was sad. And I needed time off work to grieve. So my work gave me bereavement pay, grief time, but I had to prove it. It didn't take weeks to get this death certificate, is what they're claiming. That's when Fred's supposed to drop her off. That was always lies. And now she comes out and says, oh yeah, well, I'm just moved in. Like, that is weird, people. I'll say it one more time for the people in the back. There's an argument between Don and Candace.
Okay. I don't need any more arguments in here about toxicology. I'm telling you from a personal perspective, I just put my own thing up. We're still waiting on toxicology for my mother-in-law. She died in December of 2024. This is October of 2025. It is still not ready. Okay. Now, obviously, they have a lot more things going on in the state that she died in. but we're still waiting on it. So it takes just a few seconds. It's not a microwave meal. It's not a microwave meal. Sometimes if they still can't get it, they have to put it under a microscope. If anyone has watched any of my shows about Laken Snelling, they still can't determine a cause of death for her baby. So they're doing everything microscopic. So, I understand that there's a lot of geniuses out there on YouTube that, tell you everything you need to know. I'm telling you, you can educate yourself so perfectly.
Candace does what Candace always does and leaves with Dee Dee.
And I'm so sorry about that, Frank. I am so sorry. She said it took me 8 months to get my sons. 8 months. Now, passing away under hospice care or in the hospital is totally different.
If you don't know who Dee Dee is, I was in Tennessee. There's pictures and shit. You can go to, matter of fact, Diamond's Creations channel, and on her thumbnail, you can see a picture of Dee Dee. Or I'll post a picture later or something. But Candace does what Candace does. She leaves and goes with Dee Dee. All of a sudden, Dee Dee's dead. Candace has been lying because I'm going to keep it real. Candace and Don, they fight a lot and stuff like that. Hey, if we look at the stats, if we look at the data, the odds of people staying together once a missing child case is ongoing is very, very low. I literally think it's 1%. Neither here nor there. Candace leaves like she always does, goes with Dee Dee and Fred. And now she just lives there. People, that is weird, and there's red flags there. Candace doesn't try to do no CPR. Okay, I already told you that before she died. Can I see some ones? It is weird. So the ones are working. I can see the comments. Okay, thank you. Before she died, another time, Dee Dee's in the hospital. Fred is in the hospital with Dee Dee. Candace wants to leave now. And I will say, God bless the dead. I love Dee Dee. She did enable Candace a little bit. But she would speak up to a lot of people who supported Candace. That's all I'll say. So I'm sure I'm going to have to yank it out anyhow. But the nerve of Candace to demand this woman to make her husband go get Candace as she is in the hospital already. But why so long for this death certificate? Why? And are you going to post it? Are we going to see what happened? But she literally asked Don to ask me to take my live down last night. Absolutely no. No, you got another one. You got this one. And if you bother him again, I will continue to give him a microphone through all these childish games and your vindictive behavior. I will continue to be a voice and give him a microphone. Because Don has never lied to me. I don't care what anybody else says on the internet. He's never lied to me. He's never showed me no fucking weird behavior like this. And I'm not going to let you use these weirdo YouTubers. It's just not going to happen, man. It's not. There's a big monkey wrench in its white boy. A huge monkey wrench in its white boy. But I have some notes. It doesn't matter who you are. Any adult would try to do CPR, chest compressions, even if you don't have any idea how to do them while you're trying to call 911. Candace was the only one there when Dee Dee died. The fact that the initial autopsy came back inconclusive raises massive red flags. And she better pray that tissue samples come back from the lab negative for foul play, because that will look really bad for you and Fred.
Okay. And there it is. Since her death is inconclusive according to the autopsy, when the tissue samples come back, it's going to be real bad on someone. Real bad on someone. And the fact that Matt, White Boy Radio, is calling her out, and instead of her calling 911, she keeps calling Fred, that's Dee Dee's husband, saying, you need to take her to the ER right now. So he finishes what he had to do at work, and he comes and gets her. You ask why? Well, because when you're dealing with Can't, she doesn't want police around her. She knows if she hits the 9 and the 1 and the 1, she knows there's going to be a ton of people there. She knows there's going to be a ton of people there. She knows there's going to be all the characters. She knows that there's going to be police, ambulance, and fire. What Dum can't, oh, by the way, if we say can't, we have to do this noise. What she doesn't know is that any time in Georgia, and I know this for a fact because we had a friends whose daughter died of fentanyl, and when somebody passes away because their toxicology comes back hotter than a new tanning bed in California, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation gets involved. She's not going to want that. And it sounds to me Fred won't want it either. If it comes back that the toxicology is all over the place, there is going to be a huge investigation. If you all remember Shannon Georgia Peach, her daughter thought she was taking just a pill for a headache, and there was fentanyl in it. Okay? And then she died in her room. Now, nobody knew. They found her. Well, then they got at the door. And GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, said, we have to do, we're on the case now. As it needs to be.
And whatever properties or whatever you're trying to shove in Don's face, which I don't know what type of games you're playing, but let me just remind you of something. You have Cher, who has sent the man her ass cheeks, You have Prayer Garden who tried to move in and gobble him up. Don is like a Fabio around this motherfucker. I can just do a live for YouTube. Who wants to date Don? I guarantee we can get him. I guarantee we can hook him up. But you want to, any which way you want to do this, I'll be having a microphone, having his back, helping him. Because you want to play these vindictive, nasty, evil games. This is white trash as it gets. You didn't even grieve. That is not what a friend does. That is not what a friend does. That is.
Are we doing a dating show game for Dawn? Because it'd be something I might watch, but I won't entertain.
Disgusting behavior on both ends. What kind of respect do you have for your wife? Your dead wife. What kind of respect do you have for your best friend? This is not funny. It's all stupid. It's all stupid. It's all childish. It's all vindictive. This has nothing to do with Summer. And that shows a lot. People can take this very exact situation. And if we can see vindictive behavior, right? We start to see and think other things. If the test comes back proving something was done that caused Dee Dee passing away, it'll look like her and Fred planned something. It's awful fishy how his wife passed away and now he's letting Candace stay with him. We've seen things like this happen many times before in other cases.
Woo! Who's the 3%? Oh, 2% that said yes, they would date Dawn? Come out. Come out of the woodwork. Mom, I got to know. I gotta know now.
I hope that you do post those things, but no, I'm not going to take my videos down because you don't like it. I'm not going to take my videos down because you don't want to hear the truth. No, the fact of the matter is exactly everything that I've said. And there's not going to be any of these little stupid YouTubers to debunk anything that I can say because I have real receipts. You don't want to play this game with me. That I can fucking promise. So you're not putting down on nobody. You need to go on everyone's live and start talking about Summer. That's what you should have been right on panel with Don last night, 10 toes down, yelling from the top of that mountain about your missing girl. You should be thanking me, is what you should be doing, for keeping her name out there. But no, not Candace. Not Candace. You're not the victim. People can see, right? You can try to turn this around and make Don the bad man, but that would be so narcissistic that you try to convince tens of thousands of people.
One of my favorite, yes, yet most overused words, narcissistic. A lot of people don't even know what narcissism is. They just throw it out. Okay? I think there's a little something different going on with Candace Wells, and I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to say that there's too many people dying around her for it not to be suspicious. And I get what White Boy's doing. I get it. You all remember back in 2023, 2024, I don't know off the top of my head, when people were coming after me left and right because I was talking to Stacey Wandra, one of the main suspects in the disappearance of Michael Vaughn. And I sat there and I listened to him and I listened to him and I listened to him. And people were coming after me left and right going, Oh my God, Brex. Are you really drinking that much that you're going to leave Greg for Stacy Wandra? No, bitch. I'm playing Diane Sawyer over here. Don't you understand? You get more bees with honey. That might be what White Boy's doing, but I don't know. I haven't talked to him, so I'm not going to put words in his mouth.
Right? No, not me. Look over there. And that is vindictive behavior that people can take off a silly situation that you are creating and apply it to another situation. That's right. Benny Keys is in here. Not a problem. Not a problem. I can ask him, and he could easily debunk this lie. She also claimed, Benny Keys, if you're in here, that me and you were conspiring in all this nonsense. Right? That's what she claimed. That's what she actually told Don. Like, that's wild. She did that because I made a video, and the video was titled Benny Keys Apologized to Me. Either that one or the one that I said Benny's at a whatever the hell. One of the two videos that I made. You're not allowed to make a narrative that I'm conspiring. You're not allowed to change reality, because it's simple for me to be like, oh, Benny's in here. Well, did we conspire? And then he can answer. It's just that easy. You're not going to do these games. You're not.
I get what he's saying, but I mean, the games have gone on. I mean, for 4+ years. And I get where Matt's coming from, telling can't. That she can't play these games. That's all she's done. That's all she's done.
And you're not going to demand I take nothing down, because I'm not. And what you should do is be quiet and pray to whatever Lord that you believe in, that I don't start yanking receipts out. That's all you should do. I can't put the comments on the screen, guys. I'm not on StreamYards. I think so too, Coupon Mama. I'm not an expert, guys. I don't know how long. Listen, if you want to keep it real, I'm sure death certificates take all types of different time frames and timelines to come out with. Did I get one in 2 days for my brother? Yes, but my brother overdosed. I don't know how possibly. What can a doctor have to do there? Prove that, probably a urine test or a blood test to get the drug amount of his blood, the drugs.
No, dead people can't pee. So what they do, dead people can't get on the potty and pee. Their blood, that might be something. They have a different way of doing it. I used to watch that show Autopsy, where they would show what they would do. But if they can't get it that way, then they get tissue samples and they send it to toxicology. Oh, we got White Boy's O-face. Dead people can't piss.
And apply it to other situations. And let's talk about it. Like your missing daughter. What if this engine was running? I don't know, man. I don't know. I can just perceive what you show, and it's ugly. It is white trash and ugly. But maybe you'll play cleanup here and try to utilize these let's just keep it real, these retard YouTubers and have them try to clean this all up.
I'm gonna do some breaking news real quick. Okay. Let's do it this way so I can calm down. Canadian cat lady said he just described himself. You can't keep calling people white trash and then use the retard word. You see, you're not a doctor. That is not a slang word. Okay? You can't go around saying things like that. You just can't. But I have a feeling I know who's going to start watching you. If you know, you know.
And a good light for you. No, man. You cannot convince tens of thousands of people that they're retarded. It's not going to work like that. It's just not going to work like that. Disturbing to say the least, Casey K says. Couldn't agree with you more. It's time to say it, white boy. I'm letting it out. What I don't like. You have no idea, Candace. There's people. You have no idea what type of receipts. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it, but I guess I'll put them out. But you're not going to do all these type of games, man. I'm just not going to allow it. You're not going to shut me up. I know what you're going to try to do, though, and I want everybody watching this, despite if you like my channel or you don't like my channel, that's okay. It's not about me, but please pay attention. She's going to try to push Don away from me from way over there in the next man's house. And we can't have that, y'all. We can't have that. We can't have that. But that's what a narcissist is going to do. She's already... Could you imagine bragging? Yep. Susan, that's 100% true. But yeah, man, I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm not going to be silent. I just hope she gets her act together. It's this is all like very stupid, immature behavior, man. And I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to think of it.
When evil entered one of my favorite channels, what is sad, they hide her death and didn't tell anyone until after she was cremated. I heard that as well. I'm glad you told me the same thing. But they're waiting on the toxicology because the death certificate is undetermined. Holly said, what's with all these prior Wells supporters turning on Can't. She said, Can't, so we got to do this. Boing. I think it comes down to this. People are seeing the light. Lisa Wilson said, who died? White Boy Radio's former moderator, Dee Dee. She was also a moderator for Daisy. She's been friends. Well, as we know about how Candace treats her friends for quite a while. And things went down and the woman died that day. Terry Southern Girl said, what is the toxicology report? You mean what if? What if the toxicology report comes back with nothing in it? What will they do? They'll just keep testing. They'll just keep testing. They have to keep testing. They'll find something. I mean, they will. Because a woman of Dee Dee's age, if they have ruled out everything else, and if the toxicology comes back, and it's not going to come back clean as a whistle, not with Cant around you. Hail to the no. Hail to the no. My understanding, what I was told, is Dee Dee was 46 years old, and and Cant had a phone in her hand, and all she had to do was press the 9, the 1, and the 1. But I'm telling you right now, she did not want the police there, ambulance there, and fire department there. Candace herself said she didn't quite understand when Dawn called 911. I can't remember what she said. This on Benny's channel. She said she didn't understand why so many people showed up. She said the police, I understand. She said the police, I understand. But why is the fire department here? Why is the ambulance here? Well, you're not ordering a pizza from Mazzio's outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're not saying, hey, I don't need an ambulance. I just want pepperoni with a side of wings or whatever. And, a 2-liter of Coke or whatever. They're all going to show up. It's a 911 emergency. And Candace does not want anything around her. She knows that she's on the government watch list because she wanted to blow up the Walmart. Okay? She knows if she hands them her license, if they ask for it, or even if she just gives their name, and if it's inconclusive, they're going to look into Candace and they're going to see she has a missing child. And then they're going to see some other things. So that's the reason she wanted Fred to get his ass home from work, which he wasn't in a hurry, and take Dee Dee. So she sat there with a dying woman. Okay? She sat there with a woman taking her last breaths, waiting for Fred to come get her and take her to the hospital. So Lisa K. Ruitz, she can lick Candace's butterbean because it's getting really ridiculous with all of these crazy ass people. All right, did you guys get the next show that's coming up? Because I have a big update on Jacqueline Torres. I can't even imagine Diva just said that. That is awful. If you're sitting there with a friend. Now, the question is, when Dee Dee started getting sick, where was her phone? We know Dee Dee had a phone. She would mod from her phone. Who took Dee Dee's phone from her? You can't tell me that Dee Dee wasn't asking for help. You can't tell me. Since Cant didn't know how to hit the 9, the 1, and the 1, that Dee Dee didn't know how to do it. She wasn't dead. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Holly. Me love you long time. Where was Dee Dee's phone? There's a lot to talk about here. And I'm going to revisit this on Monday morning. But I will see you. Okay, there you go, Bama. But Candace was able to call Fred, who was Dee Dee's husband. But Dee Dee couldn't call her own husband. Now, the timing in this is going to be very important. From when Dee Dee started showing signs of distress to when Candace called Fred and said, you need to take her to the emergency room. Now, what's really messed up about this is that Candace is tooling around in Dee Dee's car right now. She's driving everywhere in Dee Dee's car. Why did she not take her? I'm asking you right now, friends. Why did Candace not take Dee Dee to the hospital herself? She's driving her car right now. She's eating her food. She's using her crock pot. She's selling her purses. Why did she not take Dee Dee to the hospital herself? She doesn't want to be around authorities. She wouldn't take Summer to the hospital because she knows there's police that hang around the hospital. She had Fred do it. At exactly what time did she tell Fred that Dee Dee needs to go to the hospital? Well, I know someone that asked for the FOIA, and we'll see when it comes out because it's messed up. So this is part 2. In which liar do you believe the most? At this point right now, who do you believe the most? Dawn, Candace. Time will tell, and it's going to take a lot of time. And negligent homicide will have her, can't, in the can next to Leilani Simon. Well, you guys are the best, and I will see you back here at 12:30. Don't miss it. It's a huge update, and this little girl needs all the support she can get. I'm very shocked that people are not running with this and talking about it, because this little girl being chopped up and put in a Rubbermaid tub and left near an abandoned house is disgusting. Either way, I will see you guys back here in about an hour and a half. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you, Mod Squad. Thank you, members. Thank you, new members. Thank you, friends. Thank you for being friends. And thank you for being the coolest people on these YouTube streets.